What's going on, guys? NASCAR Nick here with a Martinsville review, and this race was honestly ridiculous on multiple levels. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to talk about stage 1, stage 2, and of course the final stage, which is just the end of the race and finishing positions and kind of points implications going on to Texas and Phoenix. Alright, so stage 1, I'm not really sure what happened in stage 1 because I didn't really watch it. I know Allmendinger got wrecked out early or something like that, but I don't really know what happened. So moving on to stage number 2. Stage number 2 basically saw Kyle Busch versus Brad Keselowski. Kyle Busch was leading most of the stage, and Brad Keselowski was on his bumper almost the entire stage. It was actually really good racing towards the front. There wasn't a lot of movement back in the pack as far as I could really tell because they really focused on just kind of the front runners. But Busch and Keselowski were really battling hard for the lead, and Keselowski was able to get by him right at the end of the second stage to sweep the stages. He won the first stage, and then he won the second stage over Kyle Busch. So that's about it. Jimmie Johnson wasn't having a really good race, and he wasn't really showing any speed. Dale Jr. was kind of down in 11th or 12th. Clint Bowyer was running well in the second stage. Hamlin was trying to stay on the lead lap in the second stage after getting a pit road speeding violation. He was somehow able to hold off both BK and Kyle Busch during their battle for the lead at the end of the second stage, which was, I guess, impressive. Although I think Kyle Busch was kind of doing some team rules there, just not getting by Hamlin purposely. But maybe that's just my opinion. So that's what the end of the second stage was. It was Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, and then kind of everybody else. And that was pretty much the story, and it sounds like for most of the race up until that point. Alright, so third stage of the race. Not too much going on. You got a battle between Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, and Chase Elliott. All three drivers have been up in the top 5 pretty much all day long. And then now I'm going to talk about the battles that we had right at the end, because the racing up until like the last 20 laps or 50 laps really wasn't too exciting. It was just kind of Brad Keselowski out there leading Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch trying to run him down. So the first battle I want to talk about is Chase Elliott and Brad Keselowski. So Chase Elliott and Brad Keselowski was definitely faster than Chase Elliott at this point in the race, but Chase was doing a pretty good job of holding him off, and up until about 50 to go, it looked like it's going to be between, Chase Elliott and Brad Keselowski. Now, of course, being NASCAR, of course that wasn't going to stay the same. There had to be a caution or something. So I think Carl Long spun out or something like that in the 66 car, and it kind of changed everything up. So all the leaders had to come down pit road for tires, take 4 tires. Chase lost the lead on that. He went back to, I think, 3rd. So then you had Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, and Chase Elliott up there. And Chase Elliott spent the next, 20 or so laps chasing them down. Eventually gets to Brad Keselowski. I don't know. I think he passed him for the lead again. Yep. He did pass him for the lead. So then he was leading again. Then another caution comes out for Joey Logano because Kyle Busch was racing him like an absolute clown. Just literally clobbered Joey Logano's rear bumper and not sent him spinning, but killed his left rear tire, had tire up for about 5 laps. I wanted him to just clobber Kyle Busch right there, but of course he didn't. And then, so he spins out because he loses the tire right in front of Ryan Blaney. So fortunately he didn't get anything from that. And that kind of set up the entire random madness that was the end of this Martinsville race. And I think it's just a product of this dumb playoff format that NASCAR has. But anyway, let's get into what actually happened. So then we got what we all probably think is, maybe the final restart with about 4 laps to go. Chase Elliott's out front with Brad Keselowski, and Brad chooses the outside, which I thought was kind of a dumb move, but whatever. He chooses the outside, and then I believe it was Hamlin and Busch behind them, and Truex was a few cars behind them. So Brad and Chase Elliott start racing. It's probably 3 laps to go now. Chase runs Brad high up the track. Brad gets out of it, loses about 5 spots. Sucks for him. I thought that was kind of a whatever move, but at the same time, I did want Chase to win the race, even though that would have put Jimmie Johnson in a really bad spot. I did want Chase to win the race if he had a really good chance, and he obviously did. So then he gets Keselowski out of the way, and then Denny Hamlin literally this guy, he has no respect. He has zero respect for anyone out there. Literally. I mean, if you saw the move, he made a complete dive bomb move. So basically what happens is Chase Elliott moves Brad Keselowski out of the way by running him high up off the track. Keselowski loses spots. Now it's Chase and Hamlin. Hamlin's right on his back bumper now. As they go into one, they kind of make it around turn one okay. Chase barely clears him. He goes wide, but he barely clears him coming off the corner. And then Hamlin is just on his bumper and pushing him into the corner, probably halfway down the straightaway already, and just shoves Chase into three and shoves him up into the wall. Absolutely no respect, completely unnecessary. It's one thing to rubbing's racing is one thing, but absolutely wrecking somebody for almost no apparent reason is completely BS in my opinion. And if Matt Kenseth was parked in 2015, they should do something about this with Hamlin. That was absolutely ridiculous and uncalled for. So he literally just punts Chase Elliott into the turn 3 wall. And of course that brings out another caution, which sets up another restart. Chase's day is basically done. His car was just absolutely flattened on the left side. So that just was absolutely terrible for him. And we'll get to that in a second. And then that sets up a restart where now it's Hamlin and Busch on the front row. Of course, more Gibbs cars, more Toyotas. I know we all complain about those. But that sets up them on the front row. Now Hamlin's leading. I'm like, oh, great. Now it's going to be Hamlin that wins, of course. But then Kyle Busch had something to say about that. He roughed him up a little bit. And he put the bumper to him going into one. Got under him a little bit. Hamlin got loose and allowed Truex to get under. Truex was kind of stalking him right there, kind of in the catbird seat, third, fourth place. Gets up there, and now we're on the last lap, Kyle Busch and Truex. And Kyle Busch goes through one clean. Truex gets up to his bumper. Hamlin's kind of fighting back there with fourth and fifth. And then going into 3 and 4, Truex doesn't push it. He gets on the bumper Kyle Busch, but has nothing there for Kyle Busch. So Kyle Busch ends up winning the race. Truex gets second. And then after them, just complete mayhem. Hamlin gets loose. I don't know if it was Ryan Blaney or someone else that got into him, but he gets loose. He throws Hamlin across the track, and it's just a parking lot after that. Notables, Kevin Harvick finishes 5th, which I predicted, so got to give me some credit there. Might be lucky, but hey, I'll take it. Kevin Harvick gets 5th place. I have no idea. I think Denny Hamlin finished, he finished 7th place. Jimmy Johnson comes home 12th. I think Chase Elliott was 23rd. Ryan Blaney, I believe, was about 7th or 8th, or I think it was like 8th. It wasn't 7th because that was Hamlin. I think he was 8th. Truex was 2nd, of course. And I'm trying to think who else is in the chase. Brad Keselowski brought it home 4th. 3rd place, I'm forgetting. But yeah, that's basically the rundown of the race. Absolutely ridiculous and stupid. And again, this is what the playoffs cause. This is what this stupid round system causes, is you give people a win and you're in situation and all hell breaks loose. This never happened in 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013. None of this craziness ever happened. This was never in the cards. Because it didn't have to be. It was 10 races straight, and you just do the best you possibly could. I mean, this ridiculousness that is NASCAR today is a product of the playoffs. 100%. There's no argument there. There is absolutely no argument. The BS playoffs make all of this stupid drama, and none of us want to see it. I don't care about drama. I'm in school. I have good enough drama in school as it is. I want to see a race. I want to see people go door to door, trying to win a race. Racing. I don't want to see, just a bunch of wrecks for no reason trying to get a win and you're in, because winning is the only thing that matters anymore, but it matters way too much. Consistency means nothing anymore, and when consistency means nothing, these are the type of races you get. These BS races with these BS finishes. And I'm just mad because of how the race ended. Kyle Busch won. I don't really care too much about that. We'll run through. So it was Kyle Busch, the winner. Martin Truex Jr. Clint Bowyer finished 3rd. Great race for him. BK came home 4th. Brad Keselowski. Kevin Harvick, like I said, finished 5th. Really good day for him. Trevor Bayne finished 6th. Yeah, that was nuts. Denny Hamlin comes home 7th. I was right. Ryan Blaney came home 8th. Matt the Brat Kenseth brings it home 9th, not a bad day for him. Ricky Stenhouse somehow got a top 10 out of that. Dale Jr. finished 11th, not as good as I thought he was going to do. Jimmy Johnson 12th, Austin Dillon 13th, Ryan Newman 14th, and Daniel Suarez bringing it home in 15th. Danica Patrick got 17th, and I skipped over Casey Kane. He got 16th. And so pretty decent day for Danica Patrick, actually. Not too bad. Casey Kane could have been better, but anyway, yeah, that's the finishing order. Just here's what I have. Here are the problems with this race. Okay, Denny Hamlin has no respect for anybody. Obviously, he literally threw Chase Elliott into the wall for no reason. He threw him into the wall for absolutely no reason. That was totally uncalled for. I got you're racing hard, but he flat out wrecked him. He did. And Chase Elliott confronted him. Chase Elliott, after the race, he ran up on Hamlin with his car. You know, Hamlin was, of course, still in his car. He didn't run him over or anything. But he ran up on Hamlin's car and kind of blocked him in there, and they got out of their cars and they talked it out. And you can see him saying, "You wrecked me." And he did. Hamlin literally just straight up wrecked him. Hamlin never did that with Johnson when they were battling. He never did that with anybody else he battled at Martinsville. But for some reason, he showed like he had no respect for Chase Elliott. And I don't really know what to say about that. I don't know if that's Hamlin's. I think it's Hamlin having no character and just being a coward. But, you know, it could be that Chase Elliott hasn't been aggressive enough, and he needs to show that more. And I think he did that pretty well tonight at Martinsville. I think he ran a pretty aggressive race, and I think he did a lot to, you know, gain the respect of other drivers. Like, hey, I'm not going to let you push me around. Kind of like Joey Logano, 2012 at Pocono. He wasn't going to be pushed around. Or was it? It was 2010 with Kevin Harvick, and then 2012 he won it over Mark Martin. But yeah, you got to show that you're not going to be pushed around. I like that. I wish I saw that out of Chase Elliott a year ago, because I think a lot of this stuff would have, you know, not been as prevalent. But Denny Hamlin, just what are you doing, man? You can't do that. Like, I mean, you can, but you can't. Driver code, like, come on. So Hamlin flat out wrecks him. I have no respect for Hamlin. I've never really liked him. I've been neutral with him a lot, but no respect for him anymore. That was a complete bonehead move. So that was stupid. And then I'm glad Kyle Busch gave him the bumper. I just didn't want Hamlin to win after that, and I'm really glad he didn't. I was kind of glad Chase Elliott didn't win because obviously I'm a Jimmy Johnson fan. That helps out us in points a lot, but Elliott, you know, I don't know if he should have won the race. I think it would have been between him and Hamlin, but Hamlin should have given him a shot. I mean, that was absolutely uncalled for, and really I just don't know what to say about that. That's just a coward move. That's just, I can't race you, I'm not as good as you, so I'm just going to wreck you. And I think NASCAR has to at least say something about him, maybe fine him or something, I don't know. But just flat out wrecking him that's just ridiculous. There's no other word for it, and uncalled for. So I'd like to see something happen about that. But anyway, guys, that is my Martinsville race review. It was an absolutely crazy, crazy race with all the stuff that happened. Oh, I didn't even mention this. Kyle Larson wrecked out. Not that it really matters anymore because he's out of the chase, but he wrecked out. And Elliott and Hamlin, I have no words for that anymore. So all in all, crazy race, fun to watch, definitely very entertaining, but as far as a race and as far as how it ended with a parking lot at the finish line, absolutely BS, and definitely don't want to see this moving forward. Again, it's just a product of the dumb chase format that we have with the playoffs and the stupid rounds and the winning and you're into the next round. It's just absolutely ridiculous, and it needs to go away. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I'm not going to beat around the bush. It has to be completely, like, destroyed, burned, shot. I don't know, but it's got to go away. It's a terrible way to crown a champion, and this weekend is just another weekend that proves it. So leave your comments down below what you thought of this race. If you agree with me, if you think I'm a complete idiot, let me know. Make sure to like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you loved it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.